everyone, welcome back. So I thought I'd do something a little different. I haven't posted any videos really in September. I've been traveling a lot. And in fact, I'm traveling again this week to my parents' house. And I know you've seen a couple of the albums I've done at my parents' house. And I thought I'd walk through the process of how I make a kit to take in my suitcase to go to my parents' house that I use while I'm there to scrapbook. Something usually very specific, just a few pages, but just so I have something to do at night. Normally when I'm there, I'm house sitting, so I have a lot of time alone, and I don't have the normal distractions I have when I'm at my house. So it's kind of a great time to scrapbook, but most of you know it's hard because you don't have all your stuff. So I thought I'd walk through the process of what I do to get ready for one of these trips. So the first thing I do is I try to limit myself to one, I call them the Felicity Jane boxes. You can also get the, I know Paper Issues or some of the other stores in about the same size box. I limit myself to one of these boxes of supplies and paper because the box is pretty sturdy. You can see this one had a little issues in the mail, but it usually fits in the suitcase pretty well. And I know that in a pinch, I can put everything back in it and mail it at a flat rate. So that's what I try to do. So what I'm going to start with is the paper. So I took it out of the box just so we could go through it. And this time I had used the 35% off coupon at Allie Edwards and gotten her Essentials Kit. And the Essentials Kit comes with letter stickers and number stickers, and it comes with a lot of things and stories, and a story stamp. And I thought this would be a great use for this particular kit because it has a lot of things I already need. Everything matches, and this is a good starting off point for me. So typically, every time I do one of these sorts of trips, I use a kit as my base. So before I've used Maggie Holmes Bloom, I've used one of the travel kits when I knew I was going to be doing a vacation album. So I just take the kit that I know I'm going to use the most of and use that as a jumping off point. So for me, the Allie Edwards kit was a jumping off point. So this is kind of the base of that kit. And then I took this paper from the Allie Edwards kit, and this is kind of a paper that has all of the colors, and I went through some of my other collections and I pulled things that went with these colors. So the first thing I found was this kit by Pebbles called Girl Squad. And if you'll notice, a lot of the colors, it's got the grays, it's got the blacks, it's got this peachy colors, it's got the two different shades of aqua that are in this Allie Edwards kit. So it goes great with this kit, and it adds things I can use as 3x4 cards. It has things I can use as titles. It has a black. It has a lot of things that I can use throughout different kinds of pages, graphic designs, and I just thought this would be a great addition to this kit. So I added that, and then I went to the rest of my papers. I found this pink plaid set, and it's actually a set called Mad for Plaid or Mad Plaid, and once again it had a lot of these 3x4 cards, and for me, when I'm going to go somewhere like my mom's, I need things I can use easily as a title. So I see these and I think these are things I can use as a title without having to bring a lot of stickers or chipboard or embellishment. So I like to use the paper. I am a yellow fanatic, so a lovely piece of yellow. I also thought this orange kind of played off of some of the oranges in that Allie Edwards kit. And then I went to my Felicity Jane stash. I ordered Felicity Jane for quite a while, and I thought it was just so wonderful that I never used it. So I ended up with a ton of paper that I have never used. So I went to that piece of paper that I had as the kind of jumping off point from Allie Edwards, and I picked things that had the same colors. So you'll see, there's a wide variety of colors here, but they all kind of work well together, and I can use them interchangeably. I then, to be perfectly honest, went to my Felicity Jane solids. I keep all my Felicity Jane solids together, and I grabbed the first 5. And I figured they all interchange. And Felicity Jane kind of does a great job, I think, of having really good colors that all work well together. And so that's how I picked my papers. So I started with the Allie Edwards kit. I took one piece of paper from that. I went to my stash and I pulled papers that coordinate. Now, I am not going to use anywhere near all this paper. But it gave me a good jumping off point, and I've got a lot of choices so that if I'm sitting there and I want to scrapbook, I've got some options that I can scrapbook. So what did I do next? Well, I knew I had a lot of embellishments already from the Allie Edwards kit, but I also knew that I wanted to kind of pick a couple of things that I might be able to use that I haven't used before. So I always bring a date stamp, and I knew I had the stamp set in her kit, so I bought a stamp block. I didn't want to have to bring a bunch of different colors, so I have a Brilliant set that's just got a kind of a burgundy and a black, and I knew I would use those two. It also has kind of a red. I probably won't use the red at all, but I'm mainly taking it because I know I've got the two colors that I can use, and they're small, and I know they work. My stamp chamois. So I'm bringing those, and then I'm adding this stamp block. Now this stamp block is really good. It's Jamie from Felicity Jane, because it has like the scallop or the faux stitching, or a place you can use to write journaling lines. And to me, in a situation like this where I don't want to have to bring a bunch of my 3x4 journaling cards, and I don't want to have to bring a needle and thread, and I don't want to bring my scallop punch, a stamp that does a lot of those kinds of things is perfect. So that black ink and some of these, and I'm set for what I want to do while I'm there at my mom's house. So that's kind of the base. And then I wanted some stuff that's fun. So I separate my embellishments, my die cuts, into different categories. This category happens to be labels and kind of tags. So I'm going to bring labels and tags. I can write on them. I can use them on the side. And there's a lot of them in there. It gives me a lot of choices. And this one is things with words. So instead of bringing a bunch of sticker sheets to make words, to make titles, I'm just bringing my embellishment set that has words. So this is everything from Vicki Boutin, Felicity Jane, random stuff that I've gotten over the years that's word-based embellishments. Then I decided I needed to do a few more things that were fun. I went to my ribbons, and I pulled ribbons that match that one page. So there's black, pink, kind of a peachy color, that teal green. So I pulled all of those and just stuck them in an envelope. I pulled some small letter stickers. I'm not sure there's any purple in this kit, but I just brought it because it happens to be on the navy. And then the pink and the teal. I'm bringing 3 extra Felicity Jane kits that are or 2 extra Felicity Janes and a Jen Hatfield. I'm not sure if I'll use them, but it gives me some options just to have some fun stuff. Scrap Gals actually have this particular in one of their die cut or printables, and I know I'm doing a travel page, and so I really want to include this, so I pulled that out of my stash because I know the page I'm using it on. And then sitting on my desk from the last page I had done are these kind of leftover bits and pieces, and they happen to all be the right color, so I'm just throwing them in the box. So this is basically my kit. Like I said, based off of really one kit, one color scheme, and what I'm going to do is it'll go all in this Felicity Jane box. I have a pair of scissors, a white pen, a black pen, and a gel kind of glitter pen. So those will be the pens I'll use. And I have, just for this purpose, bought the cheapest Walmart $4 trimmer that I only use when I'm going to my mom's house. It's the only time I use this particular trimmer. It is not a great trimmer. I don't recommend it to anyone ever. But if you're traveling like this and you just want to have something that you can use to cut really quickly, get something like this that you don't care if it gets destroyed in your suitcase or if they confiscate it or whatever. As far as pictures, I pre-sorted pictures that I knew I wanted to do. So I have my pictures kind of set up, paperclip together with what they are and the date behind them. In some cases, they are pictures that are very recent, and in other cases, they are pictures that are from 2014. I have a few extra kind of page protectors just in case. In some cases, I have embellishments that I know I want to go with this. Like this is my daughter's band day, and I have a band sticker there. This was Shrek from 2014, and I actually have the Shrek the musical die cut already ready to go so that I know they're there. So I have pre-sorted the pictures that I want to do. Pre-sorted the pictures, pre-sorted the paper, and I am ready to go to my mom's house and make maybe 5 or 6 pages. And I have a lot more stuff than I need for 5 or 6 pages, but I don't feel like when I get there, like I have too little stuff, and I don't feel like I have too much stuff. I have everything that matches, and I'm ready to go, and it's still creative and it's still fun, and that's kind of, for me, the point of scrapbooking. So hopefully this helped, and you guys could see what I do before I leave, and maybe it inspires you that you could make a box of just a small kit that you put together that you could take with you in the car for when you have a hotel, you know, you're taking the kids somewhere, and you can easily make a page with everything that fits in one Felicity Jane box. So thanks. Have a great time. Bye.